5 looks front and back sketches. You need to have black and white and then filled in, correct? Yes? It should not be new. If you're not really sure, you can go to Brightspace and right where it says final presentation, that's the entire requirements and how it should be in what order you need it in. So front and back sketches, black and white, at least one bottom, one dress, at least one of your sketches to have a brush, which most of you did already in the midterm, correct? Now you're just editing things at this point. So all pages need to be in the same direction, meaning everything's, if you're using landscape, it's landscape for everything. If you're using portrait, it's portrait for everything. And right here, so I don't necessarily want emails right now when it says like, oh, what is in the final? Everything's in Brightspace, guys. The entire semester, all the references are there. Now, of course, you can email me if you have any questions or whatnot. The other part too is next week, May 1st, correct? Yeah, May 1st is an open period. Whatever questions you have, that's when you ask. Please try to do so because after that, it becomes really difficult to get back to you in emails in a timely manner. We all are in finals at this point, especially because of the fashion show. Okay. So you can also see the presentation that says mood page, color story, custom profile. It's the same order as your midterm. The difference is that we're gonna be adding prints. We have done prints, correct? And we have done now, and we know there's a minimum of prints, 2 prints. One that needs to be at least an AI, meaning Illustrator, and the other one needs to be a Photoshop print. Now we have sketches front in black and white, and sketches filled in with pattern or color. Since you created the prints, not everything needs to be filled in with a print. Just see how you want to merchandise. This is when we use our creative eye and we want to see how everything looks like. So now if you go into week 13, there is a link that's going to take you to other examples in the past that you can see on what the order is like. For example, we have, where are you? But we have, let's see Vanessa's. We have Vanessa's mood page, color story, custom profile, print. That's another print. You can see black and white. Her sketches are mainly just black because of the fabric that she's using, and there's a print there. And that's basically it, the entire thing. She's a little off, but the other one that is really good is, where's Sophia? That's a good one though. Like black and white, color stories, prints. It's a little out of order, but you can see filled in. So there's different layouts that you can look at. If you're not really sure on how to go about it, remember, it's in Brightspace. Go to final presentation on the content side, and it's right there. Everything that needs to be done for that class. Now, Lilian is a good one too. Mood page, color story, custom profile, print with color chips. That's what I was looking for. Color chips, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Excuse me. Thank you. Then you have your sketches. She actually decided to add her illustrations with the flat sketches. Like I said, you don't have to, but this is a really well done presentation. It has all the illustrations. Not only that, she merchandised everything. And you can see that she didn't put everything in a print. Like, it's about color story. What style would you want to make in the print? And then she gave me the fronts and the backs. Yeah, it's a pretty well-rounded style. I don't know why it keeps repeating. But then we have, then we have Milo's even. I don't know if it's gonna preview. His was really, really long. So hold on a second. We have Adames, mood page, color story, custom profile, and these are her sketches filled in. And you can see that she did a really good job on that. Oh, here's Maria. So Maria Sophia if you want to stay like prints, scholarships, she actually did 3 prints. Black, white sketches, black, white sketches, and then filled in. Blank sketches, filled in. Blank sketches, filled in, okay? So you can see already the pattern. Everyone has a different layout, but the order is consistent. The order of the pages needs to be consistent because as discussed with you many times already, it is gonna be a presentation. The other part too is due at 6 p.m. Not 6:30, 6 p.m. Everyone understand that, correct? 6 p.m. A lot of you might be like, oh, it's at 6:30. No, it's not at 6:30 because I need to make sure to see your file as well as I need to download it. 6 o'clock, the presentation 6:30. As I'll be also counting latenesses, of course. And as you know, any latenesses is 1 grade less at that day. So just be very mindful about that. Just because some of you have been, it's just not fair for everybody when they're making a presentation to have interruptions. All right. And now we're gonna go into Illustrator. I'm gonna remind you how to do this layout. So what we do is, it's similar to what we did in the midterm, right? So I'm just gonna remind you, you go to New, File, New, and you can go to Print, Letter Size. Make sure that it doesn't say points, it's inches. And right underneath artboards, right here on the right side, just increase the number of artboards that you need. I'm gonna need about 10. And it does it automatically for you, correct? Now, what you're gonna do is go to your files again. And what you can do is, this is my color story, my mood page. I'm just gonna click and drag it to those pages. Now, if they're the same size and format, it's really easy to just plop it in. Plop, and that's already done. If by any chance you want to add or delete an artboard, you go to Windows, you go to Artboards, and you see listed on the right side will show up all the artboard. Whatever's highlighted is the artboard that you're working on. You see that? Now, let's just say I click on the artboard that I want to delete. I make sure I highlight it, and right underneath it, on the bottom right hand corner, is that wastebasket. Delete. If I want to add something the same way, highlight where you want it to go, and yes, click a plus sign at the bottom. If by any chance I want to change the order, you can click and drag out and in. The difference is that it's not going to change the order of things unless you go, it is going to change the orders. But even though I changed these two, the order of the page 2 and page 3, it's not going to preview it unless I click the hamburger on the top right corner, and I put rearrange all artboards. And I'm like, okay. Now that's when it does it. You understand? So just be careful with that. Now what we're gonna do is make sure this is Crystal Final. Make sure to always name your file with your name, because when I'm reviewing everything, it's really hard for me to go back and double check where everything's coming from, okay? So that's that. And then save. Make sure that your pictures are not linked. That means when it has a big blue X on them, that means that if I were to open it, it will be very pixelated. So then we go to Finder. I'm just gonna pretend I need to do that print, which I don't know if we can find. Oh, here it is. Here's the repeat that I worked on. I'm just gonna drag it in, make it smaller, just for my thing. And what I am gonna make sure to do, you're gonna make sure to do, at the most should be 7 color shifts. What does that mean? You go to your marquee, and you select the 7 colors that are more prominent in your print to show what colors do they really use to make this print in, okay? And there should be another color, lighter color. And we all know how to make color chips at this point because we have done it in the past. We only use our marquee tool, which means this rectangle, and we copy and paste it throughout. And we just change colors, that's all, okay? And then if we want to, you can always use, apart from the eyedropper, you can always just choose slowly. And there you go, that's one print. That's my Photoshop print. And then if I wanted to have, that's my other pattern that I actually like that one better. And let's just say I want my other AI print, right? I just go to my AI file. Remember, just at Stripe, it's a print. It's a pattern. So you just click and drag it if you want. Make it pretty. Because as you know, one should be Photoshop and the other one should be at the minimum should be Photoshop and Illustrator. All right, so then what we're gonna do is like, let's rasterize this so I can color copy. And now I'm gonna be able to select color. But remember, no more than like 7 color chips, please, for those prints. Even if it's not correctly gonna be those colors, it's too much. If you really wanna know what happens with the mills, at the most they do 12 colors. Now, if you're doing digital printing, that's different. That's whatever colors you want, but it's more expensive. Digital printing is more expensive. So actually, for technology too, we'll go really in depth into printmaking. So there you go. We save it. Now I'm gonna show you my collection. I'm gonna take my sketches. Some of you, I've noticed, like to do this. And drag the file. Hold on a second. You guys drag the file here. Oh, hold on. Let me close it so you guys understand what I'm doing. Some of you like to click on the file and drag it in. And then you're like, oh, I can edit it. No, you're putting the preview of the file. You're not putting the vector sketch. I need to see the vector sketch, meaning you need to open it. You need to open the file where you sketch at. Select your sketch. Click and drag it in. So for example, this is my sketch. Now you can edit it because I click and drag the sketch after I opened it. So now I need the back portion of this. I click and drag it to copy it, and I just make the back. It's pretty simple actually. And everyone knows what the back looks like. I just need to make back sketches. The good news about back sketches is as long as you do the front sketch, which is the hardest one, you can easily copy and paste like I'm doing right now and create the back sketch. And you'll see it. I'm just deleting lines. We all know how to delete at this point too. And the only thing I'm adding is the back yoke. And one thing I do want you to keep in mind is separating. I am gonna look for how you guys are tilting patterns or not. That's done. Now, I do need both filled in and with no, and yes, black and white. So there you go. If you really wanna know how to do it really fast, how to take out the fill, right on this side, on my left hand corner, right at the bottom, you see that little sign that says, the little square that has the question mark? That question mark just signifies that it's more than one pattern that you have selected, so that's why it has question mark. So if you want to take it out, you just go bloop. There you go. And yes, you have your black and white, and you have that. And then you're gonna do your 4 5 looks. I'm missing pants here, of course, because that's just a top. Or am I not missing pants? I need you to start thinking how you're gonna edit things. Like you can actually make this top into a dress by just making this, hold on a second. You can make this into a dress by making that a lot longer. There you go. And just changing the bottom to be more on the side. Remember, you're creating a collection that's going to reflect more what you're doing. Ta-da, and I just move that down. Done. So you can have, we have started with very basic sketches because usually someone will always wear a basic pant, correct? So that's already started. You can change. The only thing I do ask you is, I'm going to show you this in another way. Oh, and in the last page, it will be this one. Actually, we do our sketches, and the very last page will be the other mandatory thing, which is this picture. Remember, since it's linked, do not leave it linked. Go to Object, go to Rasterize, flatten it. Oh yeah, so there you go. If by any chance you guys have, hold on a second, I'm looking for something. Let's just say I have this skirt that I really like. I click and drag it. Please don't do this. You see how tiny my skirt looks like next to that shirt? Keep in mind, scale. If my shirt is that big, then I need to make the skirt bigger. Just click and drag it. If you don't see your handles, it's because you don't have it toggled. That means that when you select, you're not able to see. So you go to View, and you're going to it's Show Bounding Box. So there you go. And we can put a little short there. Now, the other thing that I've noticed with some of you, this is what's happening with some of you. I'm filling color, okay? And also the back for this is very simple. It's just like take out the buttons and move these to the side. And just put a little zipper head. So that's just... Just put a zipper pull. Tilt it. Done, zipper pull. So you see what I'm doing. As long as you have the front, you can change it to the back. The back shouldn't take you as much as the front. You should not be starting the back from scratch. Now this is one outfit already. Now some of you, what I've noticed is you select the sketch and then you go to the fill section and you do this. What did I do wrong? What I'm doing wrong is I'm selecting the entire sketch to fill. I don't need to fill the entire sketch. I only need to fill the skirt. So that's why I keep telling you to make sure that you have the outline separated, the edge. So because when I select both of those edges, it's done. Because if you select the entire skirt, then you lose, look what else is filled in. It's not only filling in the inside of your skirt, it's also filling in, look, the lines. You don't need to fill in the lines. You just need to fill out the outline. So make sure when you're developing these sketches, it's not, I know everyone likes to be very intuitive about how to sketch. You are sketching the outline first. Because when you fill it in, it's gonna be very annoying to fill them in. That's why. Okay? Okay. So far you understand. So there's the same order that we have done. The difference is that we're gonna do the print. We're gonna put color chips, no more than 7. Black and white sketches, filled in sketches. It can be solid color or print. The last space should be your mock-up. It could be what we have here or one of the skirts or dresses of your choice. Going back to what Sophia did, she chose a really cute mock-up here. I don't know where you found this picture, but sometimes if you look for a dress that is in white, you can put things in there because it's easier. You understand? And somebody did something else. I think it was it Maylin? I think it was Maylin. Like you can see Maylin's to black and white. And then she decided to put all the sketches together that were filled in. Oh, this one, you see that? She found this white dress and she was able to make it like her own with her own print. And the pants too. Okay? So the last step now is done. We're gonna save as. Okay. We're gonna save it as PDF, please. Save all. And you have to be very careful with this. Make sure that you have completely done. You don't wanna override your AI. Don't take away the preserve editing, Illustrator editing, and go into press quality. I do not want edited Illustrator editing capabilities because this file is gonna be at least 100 megabytes. I don't need the PDF to be 100. It takes me forever to download. Please make sure to actually take away the preserve Illustrator editing for the PDF. Put save PDF. And that's it. And just close out. And I'm gonna show you the difference between those two. Look at the difference. That's 30 megabytes versus 200 megabytes. Okay?